Hello, Cancers. Welcome. This is your reading for February. And I'm feeling that Cancers, for you this month, this is gonna be a month quite intense. I mean, it's gonna be intense for everybody, but for you, definitely. And at some moments, it will feel even dramatic. You have 6 planets, counting the sun and the moon, in Aquarius in your 8th house. And the 8th house is the house of transformation, is the house of death and rebirth. But not death and rebirth as the 12th house. This is more tangible. This is something that it's really part of our physical reality. And also many times the 8th house, it's associated maybe to the finances or resources from others that might be influencing you. So we have here so much energy focused in just this house, in this 8th house. And it has been like this already since December, that there was the last conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter that you maybe have heard of, that all these changes is starting to take place in your life here, Cancer. And this is what I see with the cards. Because the first card that appears in your reading right now is the Temperance. And the Temperance in Tarot, it's the card that comes right after the Death card. So I'm talking here with a Cancer that has gone through a massive change in their life, and really deep change here, that you are still trying to heal. You're trying to balance out the situation here, Cancer. The Temperance is like this energy of knowing that we have come from a lot of obstacles. And there is something here that you're gonna have to work on with what you have. And maybe even be patient and moderate yourself at some moments, because you're gonna have to use your rationality as your emotions to be able to go through this situation, come out of these obstacles. And the 11th house right now for Cancers is, your 11th house is the house of Taurus, and it has Uranus right now. We'll find in this house Uranus and Mars, and this is like the big game of this month. It's like your 11th house with this 8th house. These angles between these planets at some moments are gonna be very favorable for you, and in other moments it's gonna be much more difficult to confront. Your 11th house is the house that it's related to friendships, social groups, collaborations. And it's different from the 10th house in the sense that the 11th house is more about you, how you are in these groups. What are these friendships? How you build these friendships. And so Mars, the planet that wants you to take action there, or there are a lot of things coming your way from your environment right now, even though you might be in confinement, or you might be isolated somewhere, or probably this month you'll see that there is a lot of people that might be coming your way, and from these groups, from these maybe already friends that you have, or maybe new friends that you are finding right now, new connections. And you know, with Uranus, it's this aspect of something unexpected here. Maybe new people coming in your life, entering your life, or maybe people that you're needing to let go. And this is where I want to get, is that Uranus is gonna make a heavy square between Jupiter and Saturn. So Uranus that wants to break free, that wants to see the future and comes unexpected. He loves surprises. And he doesn't like traditions. But he's in Taurus with Mars. And he is trying to battle down Saturn and Jupiter in your 8th house. So maybe you're realizing right now, Cancer, that there is people in your environment that you know that you're gonna have to let go. The Wheel of Fortune here, and the Ace of Swords. Mercury is gonna be retrograde as well in your 8th house. So you know, while Mercury is retrograde through the most of this month, I think until the 20th or the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. It's gonna be difficult maybe to get some information, or technology, it's gonna be a problem. Maybe there is gonna be a lot of miscommunications. People are feeling really uncomfortable during this time. But the things will get better by the end of the month. All the planets finally will move direct. So, that's the moment where we're gonna start feeling that suddenly we can breathe. But right now, and while this new moon that it's happening tomorrow in Aquarius, so the Sun, new moon, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, right there in the 8th house. You know that there is a chapter here that you need to close, and I think that this is something that has been going on already for some time, Cancer. You know that maybe there is people in your environment, friendships, that for quite some time you were trying to adapt yourself to whatever maybe situations you went through with them. And you are the crab and a water sign. You are very adaptable, and probably right now, even though all these things are happening to you and you are going through these massive changes, you're saying, no, but I can deal with everything. I'm gonna adapt to, I'm gonna deal with every situation at the same time because I know I can do it. Well, I don't think that this is the moment where you need to start getting like a multitask. I think that this is more the moment where you need to recognize that maybe you need some time for yourself, because you need to feel this energy, Cancer. There is a lot going on here. A lot. And there is a sense of truth or clarity coming your way. Maybe suddenly you realize something. You get this truth that maybe somebody wasn't really what you thought it would be. And maybe you always had that intuition about this person, but you didn't want to listen to it. And then is when now you come to this realization, to this truth that will allow you to use the sword to cut through the BS, to maybe let go what right now is not serving you any longer. And this 8th house. And things are gonna be coming unexpected. And but 4 of Cups. Things are gonna be coming unexpected. And there's gonna be, I feel that this is the month where you're gonna realize who is really your tribe. Who are the people that really can fulfill your cups here? Because whatever it was feeling you like, oh my God, this is not really satisfying me, but I'm just keeping it because this is what I know, and I'm comfortable in this. But you know that this is not enough. You know that maybe this relationship, it's not really fulfilling you. And yeah, maybe you tried for some time to say work on it or balance out and see what you could do with it. But I think that this moment, and now this week, it's when all these truths are coming out, Cancer, and you feeling this insatisfaction. And maybe even centering yourself, with the 8th house. What happens as well is that, it's you are probably looking a lot at your past. Maybe even your past friendships, past relationships, like not intimate relationships, but like maybe it could be work related or just like groups of friends that you have, but not like the really close ones. But these people still have a big impact in your life, isn't it? But you know that some of these people, instead of Cancer here, instead of giving you, are maybe draining you. Draining your energy, draining your emotions. And this is not, you're not in the energy right now, Cancer, to take care of this. You need to take care of yourself. I was saying before, you are the crab. So you are water element. And yes, you are adaptable because not just that you are water, but you are the most adaptable of, Pisces is also very adaptable, but Cancers, the crab, he lives between the water, but he also lives in the earth. So it's like you have this quality where you want to constantly, it's like, bring together opposites here, no? Bringing together two energies that are very difficult to balance out, to keep in the same level. And you had been fighting the Chariot. And this is your energy in Tarot. The Chariot is Cancer in Tarot. This is not the moment to put your energy in things that you know that they are not longer working for you. This is not the time to put your energy in relationships that you know that they are not serving you any longer, Cancer. Even though this change, and that I think that it might even look for some of you almost unexpected, because maybe for a long time you were trying to keep the will as, no, everything is fine, I'm gonna keep on going, I'm gonna just drive the chariot here, and I'm gonna make it happen. I can make it happen. I'm gonna force myself to make this relationship happen. But suddenly the clarity comes out. And I think that this month, you need to feel the earth. You need to feel this Aquarius energy, the sword. You need to feel the earth so that you can have this realization and accept the change, Cancer. Don't fight against the change. I'm gonna it's just, I think with this Uranus squaring Saturn by the 17th of February, and it's also squaring Jupiter at the same time almost. I think it's first Jupiter and then Saturn, but it's like almost at the same time, okay? In the same day. When you come to this realization, this change, you know, it's gonna be harsh probably in people that don't even expect that you will take this path. Here. Because the sword cuts. And the reality, I mean, like when we come to a truth, and you know, I don't believe in you know, I don't believe in like the general truth, everything, you know, like the truth that will be perceived as true for everybody. But this is talking about your own truth. And you're having it here. And I think this week precisely, Cancer, this is the moment where this is happening, where you are, you know, waking up. But many people are wanting to be maybe near you, or they want to work with you, or they want to, you know, practice with you. But I don't think that this is the best moment for socializing. I mean, yes, you can, but from the moment you get this instant intuition or sense that maybe somebody there, it's not being really trustworthy, listen to that. Listen to it. Because there's also a lot of good people are gonna be popping up this month that will be maybe even new for you, or they will have an energy or characteristics that you are not used to, you know, like this Uranus extravagant energy that, yeah, they will be people that you could take in your new path here, or that you could work with. But maybe right now, while you're going through all this process, it's better to take things slow, you know? Try to take things here slow, because I really cannot, it's like I really feel it, like I'm trying, you know, it's like when I'm doing the reading and I go through your astrology and I start taking the cards, 8 of Swords, And this card has been popping up for the readings a lot this month. I really feel, you know how I feel, Cancer, and maybe this is how you're feeling right now. It's like a lot is going on around you, and people are popping up in your environment, and they are kind of pushing you to get to do things or to participate in a project or to do that. And then maybe it could also be a partner, you know, an intimate partner in your life, that now you're realizing that until now, I mean, maybe you had a codependent relationship here, and this is where the transformation needs to come, because this is that codependent energy. This is when we are starting to feel that somebody, or you, Cancer, you're feeling regarding someone here that you are not being able to mentally, maybe you don't have your own mental space in this relationship. It's like you need to claim your space. And Aquarius, and we are entering in the era of Aquarius, it's that energy, is this energy that is pushing us to detach ourselves so that we can become more free. And this is not at all free energy. This is like Cancer feeling that you cannot move, or that somebody is putting you inside a box and not respecting your own space here, or your own ideas or thoughts. Or are you doing this to yourself, Cancer? And this is you sabotaging yourself and making yourself be in relationship with people or participating in things. Well, actually, this is not really what you want to do. I want one card here. What is coming next for? The Magician. This is, and the Death card in the back. I think that this is what is coming unexpected this month for you, Cancer, is that once you are getting rid of these and these, I mean, like, you know, the sense of something here is lacking. Maybe it was worth it until a certain extent, but now you're realizing that this offer, it's not this maybe relationship, whatever is friendship, love related, but it could really be friendship or like work, like a business partner here, or somebody you're doing a project with. You know that there is a sense of lack here. And you're not really seeing that there is something else that could be much more abundant for you. And still you're looking at these cups that you have in front of you instead of looking at that cup that it's much more worthy. But I think that this is what you had been experiencing, and maybe what you're still experiencing right now. And this is what is coming to the light this month. And this is when you get to this. This is when the wheel turns. And all this energy where we were at, it turns 880 degrees, and suddenly something happens here. Something comes. You have an idea, something that has a lot of potential, and it means a new start for you, Cancer. The start of something that can take you very, very far. But to get this energy, and to let this wheel turn, and to attract this creativity, this new start, this magician. So, you need to go through this work. If you don't do this, and you stay in the past, and you don't do all this work on your 8th house, like what is kind of like pushing you right now, Cancer, you're not gonna get to this, because you need a space. You need a space in your mind. You need a space in your environment for new people. People that are worthy. You need a space for your creativity, so that you can start doing maybe a work or collaborating into something that is much more, something that you are much more passionate about here, Cancer. All right? I want to see one more card, please. Yes. I think that this is where maybe is coming, this 8th house. It could be, because as I said, the 8th house is the house that also talks about finances, but not your own personal finances, but the finances of another person in your life that influences you. Like a partner, like maybe your spouse or your companion, or maybe your colleague at work. They have a financial situation that it really radically changed during this month. And when this change appears, it might look like almost a disaster, or like an obstacle that is very difficult to overcome for that person as for you, because their situation is influencing you here. But the thing is that I see that really something new is coming, maybe regarding your finances, Cancer. Maybe all this transformation that you had been going through is making you realize what is really worth for you. And because of that transformation, right now, you don't want to do the same work that you did in the past. Maybe you want to start studying, the Page of Pentacles, the student card. Maybe you're starting to be interested in practical things, because the coins, and something practical, something tangible, something that you do physically here. Maybe studying a new technique, or starting new studies. But I think that maybe this could be something related, like, I don't know, I get this feeling of something working with your hands. Maybe you were a person that for a long time you were working in, just to give you an example, but this is really how I feel it. Maybe until now, Cancer, you were a person that had a career and a good position, or not, but like you had your comfortable position working in an enterprise or a company, close in a desk, no, sitting down in the desk, being in front of the computer for 10 hours per day or not more, if not more. And then suddenly, right now, what is happening to you with all that you have been going through is that you realize that there is something here that it looks so much more interesting. So much more interesting, and maybe this is something that you never did yet, Cancer. This could really be maybe even like a hobby that you have, that now you're starting to realize that you want to explore more this talent. Because I see a lot of talent and potential here. Whatever this new endeavor you're having here, and that it's coming unexpected, it's something that is coming with a lot for the future. But I see the newness here. I see that this is just when you're taking the first baby steps, when you're just discovering maybe that this is actually something that you could definitely do. But this will require you to maybe cut off your old life, your old work, your old perception of what it was worth and valuable for you, Cancer. Ace of Swords. You are not seeing things in the same way anymore. You don't see value in the same way anymore, Cancer. And you need to, it's like if you're resonating with this story, and I imagine that is the case because otherwise you wouldn't watching the video until now, but you know that this is something, this sword is something that you're gonna have to use. As difficult it might look, you have here all the strength to take the horses and put them in the direction where you want to go. But you need courage. And I think that one of the most important things, since these astrological aspects between your 11th house and your 8th house, you're gonna have to take a space for yourself, Cancer. Really, like I really have this feeling that you're gonna have to center yourself a lot in yourself this month and probably for some time. And that whoever wants to be in your life from now on, it's I mean, it normally had to be always like that, but you know, I mean, we don't know this always. Nobody learned this at school or even in our families. Sometimes we need to go through lives to get to this, no, to these ideas and say, this is it. You need to start focusing yourself in you and claim your space, and whoever wants to be there and who deserves being there, they will be there if they respect that space. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy the reading. Just to say, if you are, because I know you're going through this really, I think this month is feeling very intense for you, Cancers. And if you're going through this massive transformation right now and you're feeling quite debalanced, you know, maybe get this stone. It's a tourmaline stone. It's beautiful. These stones, I invite you to check them out. They are not that expensive, you know, I mean, you can find them for quite cheap. And I love stones, and I think that they do help us out a lot to balance out, you know, or stabilize our frequencies and the frequencies in our environment. So this is a very protective stone. So I thought that maybe while I was doing this reading, I thought I had the need to have it with me while doing your reading, and I think that maybe this is something that you could use this month. It's a way of protecting yourself and getting out of these negative vibes or even external negative vibes that might be maybe there, and that you can be more, find a little bit more your own balance regarding all these months and these changes. Okay, well, I'm gonna see you the next month, and well, thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of the months, guys. Bye bye.